Just a couple of hours ago, Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise star Jamie Doran announced his decision to sue Network 10 and Warner Brothers Australia. In an Instagram post, he said, "After lengthy consideration, I've decided to begin legal proceedings against Network 10 and Warner Brothers Australia. I'm not going to comment on this any further for the time being." Now, while he didn't specify what the legal accusations would involve, it can be assumed that his portrayal as a, quote, stage 5 clinger and the editing of the show to make him seem a little unusual was the motivation behind this decision. Ben, you've been on a reality TV show before. Should people know before going into these shows that they're going to be edited for a certain angle?
Look, I don't necessarily know whether or not any reality television contestant's ever going to be that thrilled knowing how they're going to be portrayed, because reality television contestants are narcissistic wannabes that are trying to attach themselves to fame. Sorry, Angela, I know you're about to be on a show. That's not a job description. But I was just going to say...
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No, I think... I look, from my own experience of being on, Big Brother, and it's the only thing I can go to. So thanks, trolls, for coming for me later today when you say that I can only talk about Big Brother. But I will say this. Everyone I saw on my series of that show was edited and portrayed accurately, and 90% of them said they were edited badly. So I think that what happens with reality television contestants is, it's like, do you remember on Australian Idol where singers would come up and sing really badly, and Marsha Hines would be like, "And hey, darling, who told you could sing?" And they'd be like, "My mum did." And Marsha would be like, "Listen, darling, you can't sing, but I'm sure there's something better that you can do." And that is because so many of us have a really strong disconnect with our own brand and the way that we come across, and it can be really daunting. So what I would like to say to a lot of reality TV contestants is, don't blame the editing. Maybe have a look a little bit more internally with how and who you are, and maybe get a little bit more connected to that.
Well, Angela, Ben pointed out there, and we're very excited to know that you're going to be on The Real Housewives of Melbourne. You've worked in television for so long, you've had a wonderful career, but you would surely know the power of editing. Did that worry you when you thought, I'm going to sign up for this?
Yes. What idiot wouldn't be worried about it? I mean, seriously, when you look up, should reality stars know they're going to be edited in a certain way? The very first article number 1 that comes up is entitled 16 Secrets That Reality TV Producers Won't Tell You. It's right there. It's the first article.
Yeah.
I should actually probably read that before I start Housewives.
But it is an ongoing issue. Sorry, Angela.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's just you're right though, Robert. So yeah, look, I've signed a lot of TV contracts in my time since starting my TV career at 22 years old. So at least 4 years. And it's but it's right. Always in there that once you put yourself on camera, then that becomes the property of the network. And of course, they're going to edit you however they want. Reality show contracts do specify that producers and editors have the final say. They can edit you however they want. It's in the contract, explicitly stated. So a lot of it is down to the way that you choose to portray yourself. But obviously, you're going to get more airtime the more sort of crazy and out there you are. So I'm not sure what this guy went into reality TV for in the first place then. If you're not happy with that, but people are talking about you, surely that's the reason.
He didn't understand his brand. I think that's the biggest problem. And I just want to run this by Rob and Robbo, who've been working with me for the last 6 months. On reality television, I was portrayed as an opinionated, prickly character that's sometimes funny, but can be a bit of a bitch. Thoughts?
Sounds about right to me. Ben, the thing that gets me... No, that's why you're here. The thing that gets me
I think that's important.
This year on Big Brother, we've met a lot of the contestants, and a lot of them have said, the edit was brutal. People were shown in a bad light. But I agree with you. You have to act a certain way, and we know the edit can be manipulated. We know a reaction shot to something someone said could have been 2 weeks before. We know all that part. But ultimately, if you've said and done something, they can't change that. And we look at Dan, who was on this season of Big Brother, who is going through a big identity issue at the moment behind the scenes because he hasn't been able to cope with the fact that he got called out for the way he acted in the house. And he's struggled with the social media backlash because of that. But is that down to editing? Everyone in the house says, oh no, Dan's a good bloke. But what they weren't seeing is what people do when you're away from them. Yes, I'm mates with Robbo. I can actually touch him on the shoulder here. But
Oh, lucky you.
know, he doesn't know what I will go and say behind his back. You know, like when I'm talking to you, Ben. So, you know, like the thing is with Big Brother, the cameras show all that. And that's why Dan was shown to not be a great bloke.
No, that's the biggest load of crap ever. Sorry. But like when it comes to that season of Big Brother, they barely showed anyone's personality at all. Like we've got
But he
we got
still
to
did the things that he did, Ben. He wasn't
I can tell you, I could edit you in particular because we do show light and shade, and these are still qualities. But Dan's sense of humour was never fully articulated.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo show.